I'm interested in looking at big topics, looking at socio-political subject matter, and trying to find humour in that and use humour in a certain way.
Never thought it would come to this. I remember every little thing.
Broadly speaking, it's about a group of asylum seekers that are sent to a remote Scottish island to wait for their asylum claims. But really, the film focuses on the individual story of Omar, who's a Syrian musician, coming to terms with his identity as a refugee.
I was happy because you cried still. I couldn't help but notice that
the so-called refugee crisis was obviously happening when we started working on LIMBO and when Ben started writing LIMBO. And over the years, still even now, it's still ongoing and maybe even becoming worse.
But I think that one thing about this film which kind of works as well is that it's not about the sort of wider kind of political context. It is a very individual human story, and it's a human experience. It's a shame that it's still so relevant,
when you were 16 and I had just turned 17.
When you go to make a film about refugees, ultimately you're motivated by lots of different artistic reasons and things, and you want to be creative as a filmmaker. But ultimately, one of the essential goals is to put a spotlight on the refugee subject matter, and the success of the film relies on people engaging with that and hopefully talking more about it and adding something to the discourse around the wider refugee crisis.
I think that if people can forget about refugees as the headlines we are used to seeing in the media, and those images of just boats full of people crossing the Mediterranean, and just connect with just a person in the film, Omar as just a person for an hour and a half, then we are on the right path.
Like fighting in the playground, 'cause some good-looking boy had started